Hello and welcome to a Wednesday evening, and it's midweek blues with Hinge and Bracket. How are
The
you, friend?
Robster is back.
Oh
He's been-
yes.
Yeah,
Look at me little headline down here, everyone. I'm going away more often.
yeah.
I'm claiming that I was the lucky mascot. 10 out of 12 points. So we went. I think we did the pre-match with Notts Forest, and I think you did the post-match. And then 48 hours later, I was going away thinking, "Oh my God, what's going to happen while we're away?" Bang, smash, wallop, have it.
Yeah. Uh, all the followers that have on, just come on. Evening to all yous. I'm sure yous have all missed the Robster.
Nice to see you all.
George Dewsbury, Richo. Who else is on there? Steve G, Amy. Good evening, Amy. Peter Duggan. Not in a good mood, Peter.
Who's Peter Duggan?
Peter Duggan. It's not like Peter, is it? Oh, Peter's in a bad mood.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Amy. Hi, Stevie G. Sorry, Steve G. Hi, George. Richo, 65. Yeah, it's just like, mate. I mean, let's be honest, because we are dead straight, aren't we? I still find it funny, by the way, and I still been laughing me whatever off at a certain individual coming on the stream, going back a month or two ago, going, wait, because I start laughing. Two old fellas.
Oh, with our Everton socks
two
on.
old fellas sitting at home with your Everton kits on. Can't stop laughing. Fucking hell! Every time I laugh, bloody tears flow down my eyes. Yeah, and we were just.
Mr. Blue Skies there asking where your tan is, Rob.
Yeah, well, I would have had a tan if I'd have gone to Dubai, which is where I normally go, but
The sun doesn't shine in bars, does it?
mate, no. I took the wife down to the south of France, and the weather was absolutely awful. Nearly swore then. And then we flew up to Belgium, so we like real ale and chocolate. So we did some real ale and chocolate tasting. So yeah, we did and then over to Luxembourg. So we were on a coach like OAPs most of the time, going to different places.
Because you are OAPs.
Do you know what, mate? Thanks for that. Thanks for reminding me.
Robbie,
Yeah,
you've
thanks.
got a bus pass. Come on.
No, you're not supposed to tell everyone. Yeah, bus pass, train pass. So yeah, don't do the car or Shanks's pony. Walk everywhere now. So yeah, absolute. We had mate. We had a cracking time. And you know what? We've been together 38 years, Wes, and we still communicate. I'm sure people think we're having an affair when we go out because we still talk.
That's unlike Mr. Mashiri.
Yeah.
Doesn't like to communicate. So we get onto the football side of things then, Rob.
Yeah, come on. What are we going to start with? Are we starting with?
We'll start with the takeover, shall we?
Is that still going on? Have we not been taken over yet?
Well, no. Mr. Mashiri, in his wisdom, has decided to give 777, even though that there's a massive shit show that's going on around him, another extension to the end of the month, when he's clearly just flogging a dead horse. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, what? Maybe he's got a contractual thing that's going on, Rob. I don't know, but
it's got to be.
It has to be a legal thing, hasn't it?
It's got to be, because, and that's why there's no communication. If we all had a bit of an inkling of, look, boys, girls, here's my options, and this is what I'm open for, but just bear with me. Then you go, yeah, all right, you know what, he's doing his best. And do you know what? I'm sure he is doing his best, because at the end of the day, he doesn't want empty pockets after what he's done. So there's got to be something in it. But Wes, there will be, not there might be, there will be other individuals just waiting, just circling. But I hope to God they're not asset strippers that come in and just go, fucking, what happened there?
Yeah. Well, this is it. I mean, the thing is, it's like, if you can't get a deal done over the line in 8 months, then it's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Who are we blaming for that? Are we blaming treble seven,
Mashiri? No, Mashiri.
Bashiri, or the Premier League?
No, Mashiri solely to blame for that because he could have, like I say, unless there's a contractual thing going on, right? He could have pulled the plug at any time and said, "Right, you've had enough. You've had enough time now. Like we're leaving the club. We're leaving the fans. They're all in limbo. I know, like you say, the fan advisory board and all that have all been getting on the case. The shareholders have been getting on this case, wanting to know what's been going on." And he's in Monaco or whatever, hiding on his yacht. Do you know what I mean? You like come out and let people know what's going on.
I saw his yacht. It was actually in Monaco when I was down there as well, by the way.
So they fucking drilled a hole in it, Rob.
Mate, you want to see the size of it? It's like OMG.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went there for the day. So, but I hear what you're saying, friend. But contractually, when you take on the deal where they got the exclusive, okay, it's yours,
Exclusivity,
it's
yeah.
yours, all right, it's yours. It could have been MSPs, but no, it's definitely yours because I don't like them or whatever. You're not going to say, I'll give you 8 months or 9 months to take over, are you?
No, certainly not. And
So
like I
that's
say,
what makes me, that's why I mentioned of the Premier League being digging a hole behind the scenes going, nah, I'm not happy with this, not happy with that, because they have been
well,
involved, haven't they?
yeah, in one way, right? If these don't take us over, it could be a godsend that the Premier League have dilly-dallied over it.
Yeah.
Right? Because in the meantime, obviously 777 have been throwing money at the club to keep it, to keep the stadium being built and stuff like that. And whereas if they'd have come in and we could have ended up like Standard Liège in Genoa and players not getting paid and staff wages not being paid. So it's sort of a sad situation is the fact that are they robbing Peter to pay Paul? Are they stopping money going into them clubs to keep us going? Do you know what I mean?
Some of the other teams you just mentioned, and Standard Liège there. I know Standard Liège supposedly they haven't been paid. So does that kick in automatically then where you go into administration, or has it got to be over a period of time?
No, I think effectively you go straight in. Soon as one person doesn't get paid at your football club.
Yeah.
This is as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Soon as one person doesn't get paid into the what's name. I wish I got that many tips, Robbie.
Don't you just love the Scouse humour? In fact, you know
Yeah.
what? I just love the humour on here anyway, because not everyone's a Scout already. So that's like
No. But the thing is, I think as far as we're aware, as soon as one person stops being paid at the club through financial difficulties, you're automatically entered administration.
Yeah,
Like,
because I
don't
googled
quote me
Standard
on that.
Liège yesterday,
Yeah,
and it's not mentioning administration with them at all.
I don't know. Maybe they have different rules over there, Robbie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's that. As far as I was aware, that was the situation with regards to administration here. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, like I spoke to somebody. I think I already mentioned this the other week. That I spoke to somebody who I picked up in the car who works inside the club, and they've all been told that there's no danger of Everton going into administration.
Or
So
paper talk.
it's all media talk. Basically, that's what she said to me. She said it's all media driven. You know what I mean? So believe what you will, but there's people out there, Everton, supposed Evertonians that want the best for the club and all this, that, and the other, and they seem to be desperate for the club to go into administration. Rob, you've got like certain people on Twitter, and they're all saying, "Oh, maybe that's what we need." And the reset. No, the worst thing that could ever happen for Everton is that they go into administration.
Yeah,
because all the assets get sold off like next to nothing.
A fire sale.
Yeah, and then you've got clubs who are unwilling to do business with you in the future because it's like a credit rating sort of thing, isn't it? You're not trustworthy enough.
Yeah.
So the worst
But
thing in the world
do you
could be
know? Do you know
Sarazume.
where I think a lot of the people are getting it from? The fact that they're trying to say possibly we've got 9 points to play around with this season, so that we don't start next season on a -9. So everyone's got a downer on it already, aren't they? And they're saying, take the 9 off us now because we'll still survive. I think that's where they're getting a lot of it from.
Yeah, but like I say, it has a knock-on effect.
Yeah.
It's not just as simple as saying taking the 9 points,
Yeah.
and then we reset the PSR and all this, that, and the other. And don't forget, right, is that next season we've got to find. I'm sure the club's onto it, but we've got to find another front shirt sponsor, main sponsor, because any gambling things from next season that you're not allowed them. So we've got to find a new sponsor, and it's just also like I don't know whether it's next season or the season after where these new PSR rules come into play, where you're only allowed to spend 85% of your revenue on players' wages and stuff like that, staff wages. Now, bearing in mind, that means that we've got to lose 10% because we're already spending 95% of our revenue.
Yeah.
So we've got to, somewhere along the line, players are going to have to take a wage cut.
Yeah. I mean, I heard a little rumour today that follow Everton were looking at trying to do a deal for the shirt sponsors. Ryan's in advanced negotiations with the club on that one, but don't tell anyone that's a secret.
Listen, I'm not telling anybody that, mate, or the 68,000 people that we've got watching.
Yeah, you heard it from Follow Everton. You heard it. Ryan Grant is in advanced negotiations with Everton Football Club to be their front sponsors, not on a sleeve, the front of the shirt for next season.
But there's another thing, though, Rob. Right? Is this like the new shirt that's meant to be coming out? Obviously, there's the sponsorship.
The
Yeah,
stripy one.
that's not the real one. But it's like a couple of seasons ago, we used to bring out the new home shirt and wear it the last game of the season, wouldn't we? But for some reason, the last season and this season, it hasn't been happening, and that's money that they're losing out on. Do you know what I mean? Like, people could go into the shops this week or whenever to bring it out for the last game of the season and go and buy it. But once again, people at Everton dilly-dallying and stuff like that. And Richo brought out another one there, naming rights for the stadium to generate money. So all these things that are there, that are available for us to start making money. And therefore we don't need to sell players. And like I just said, we need to keep hold of Jarrad Branthwaite at all costs. Man United talking 55 million. Now, like I said to you just now off
That's
screen,
for his left foot wedge.
and all the vultures are circling, aren't they, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, 55 million is basically taking the Papa India Sierra. It's kind of like that. That won't happen. I mean, even some of the divvies at Everton are not going to take 55 million for them, because we all know, even with add-ons. I mean, with add-ons, you'd want 45 million on add-ons on that one, and it doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Well, say this like I say, all these vultures are circling now because they know the predicament that the club's in. We're trying to build a stadium. We want to keep within the rules, the profit and sustainability rules, and all this, that, and the other. So they're trying to do what Tottenham did last season with Richarlison and get him on the cheap. And if Everton sell in for 55 million, there'll be absolute uproar from the fans. Absolute murder.
Yeah, it can't happen. It won't happen. There's no need for that to happen. What I do think in my heart of hearts is that we'll sell Onana before the 30th of June. I'm just getting that feeling that he's the one who's going to go first.
I'd say, like Richo said there about the naming rights for the stadium. Surely they've got to be looking somewhere there for the people to take up the option for the naming rights. So there's going to be a massive chunk of money if they can
Yeah.
get that done.
See, I think a lot of this was boxed off 3 years ago, before the Russia-Ukraine war, because we had a oligarch, if that's what you call them,
Yeah,
and it was, I think it was all sorted, and then obviously all assets frozen, and you disassociate with individuals and whatever, and then all of a sudden they did. I think it's plain to say Everton never had a plan B, and then not everyone was hurrying around the corner to be associated with us, because it's not always positive press, is it? I do
no,
believe in my heart of hearts, and we've been a Blue for a long, long time, mate, haven't we? We are a sleeping giant, and out of the ashes will come,
the phoenix from the
will come good
flames.
again. Hopefully, Wes, in our lifetime.
I'm telling you what, it's got to be pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, it's
But
because
Amy said there, is it true Man United want to do a money plus player swap with Jarrad, Branthwaite and Harry Maguire? I certainly hope not. Because you're swapping the Rolls Royce there for Robin Reliant. Do you know what I mean?
hey, mate, not everyone's going to know what a Robin Reliance is.
Only
I bet you
fools and
there's people on
horses.
here going, what's a Robin Reliance? Because you've got to be a certain age to know that. Basically, it was a three-wheeler car from the 60s and 70s. And my dad had one.
Yeah. If you've ever watched Only Fools and Horses, they had a Robin Reliant.
Yeah, so there you go. That's a Robin Reliance, just in case you didn't know what it was. But
Yeah.
that would be a massive backward step. And all of a sudden, Michael Keane would probably become a better option. Because I personally don't rate Harry Maguire. I think he's got Southgate, like, for some reason loves him, but not for me. Not for me. Sorry.
Sorry, Sonny knows what a Robin Reliant is, Robbie. So
Nice one,
it wasn't
Sonny.
falling on deaf ears.
Yeah, Harry Maguire plus money. No, for me, that'd have to be Harry Maguire plus 75 million, and I might take you for a pint in town, and we'll discuss it, but nothing less. So basically, what I'm saying is, nah, not really. He's on
Yeah,
massive wages as well.
yeah, and he's got a massive Buzz Lightyear head. You know what I mean? But Peter Duggan said Sean Dyche will accept that deal for Branthwaite because Maguire, he likes Maguire or that type of player that Maguire is. I'm not sure whether he'd have much of a say in it, to be honest. But
No,
I think
I think you're right. I think it'll be Kevin Thelwell who, in the matriarch of the boardroom there, Thelwell, the director of football, just basically tells the manager, because he actually is responsible for giving Sean Dyche another contract. So it's kind of like his line manager. That's how it works.
Yeah. So here's one here. Robbie said, where is it? McTominay. Now here's a question for all the Blues out there, right? Now say we have to get rid of Branthwaite, right? Would you take, hear me out, would you take Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay and 30 million or 20 million? Because I think maybe 30 is a bit pushing it. But
Well, all right.
because you'd have a
What are
replacement
we
for Onana.
what are we valuing McTominay, and what are we valuing Maguire, so that we know how much money we've got? I mean, we're playing Monopoly here, aren't we? But
Yeah,
what are
I
we
mean,
saying? Branthwaite's worth 85 plus.
I'd say, well, Harry Maguire cost him 80 million, so straight away you've got to be putting him on the pile because he's younger. All right, he might not have as many games under his belt, but
Yeah,
the potential there that he's got is astronomical.
that's
Do
why
you
I
know what I
said
mean?
85 plus. I meant plus add-ons. I probably didn't explain myself well there,
Yeah,
but
I'd
that's
probably say 85 to 90 million. I'd say.
okay. So how much are you saying Maguire's worth?
I'd say 40.
Oh,
Yeah,
is he for Maguire?
yeah.
Oh my God! What about McTominay?
I'd say probably another 40, probably because he's only a young lad, isn't it? But the kind of money that Man United get for their players is ridiculous, really, because some of them are just bang average. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I'd say for McTominay, 35 to 40, and I wouldn't rate Maguire no more than 20. So we're way
Really?
out there, mate. Yeah. Maguire is like, he's got less days ahead of him than he's had behind him. A little bit like me in life.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Mr. Blue Sky is saying he'd take 60 million in McTominay, and he wouldn't. We can't get Harry Maguire. No way.
yeah, I'd
But
have that. I'd take that.
the thing is, then, right, is that if we do have to sell Branthwaite, we're talking about selling Branthwaite here and replacing them, right?
Yeah.
So you basically you refer him back to Michael Keane then. You know what I mean? And nobody wants to see that partnership again.
No. So if we're not replacing him with McTominay, then are we? We're just doing a deal for McTominay, and then we've got to
Yeah,
go and find another centre half.
yeah. Like I said, if there was like 20 mil and McTominay and Maguire, then I'd think about it. But I
That's good
mean,
to hear.
ultimately, like I said, I would sell everything we could, the pots and pans at Goodison and everything, to keep hold of Maguire, Branthwaite. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
at the end of the
I,
day, Wes, if Jarrad wants to go and win things,
there's
he's
no
not.
point in him going to Man United.
I mean, let's face it. He might as well stay at Everton because we're not going to win much in the foreseeable future, and neither are they up the road. So, well, I don't see that as a positive move, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the the way Man United are at the minute, right? He's going to absolutely ruin his career. I mean, if he stays at Everton, he'll get better and better and better, right? If he stays at Man United, he'll tread water. You know what I mean? But we all know he's not going to be at Everton if he stays beyond this season or
He's
this
on
coming
35K a
season.
week, mate, isn't he? I thought him and his agent would have negotiated a bigger package than that because that's a 5-year deal on 35 grand a week.
Yeah, but don't forget he came in as a young boy and he's in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
from Carlisle and he was only sent out on loan to PSV and that's where he sort of like found his feet, weren't it?
Because wherever
So
he goes, he'll command a six-figure fee a week, won't he?
oh yeah, 100%. But they're only paying Onan or something like 35, 38 grand a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's maybe all down to their age as well. You know what I mean? Onan had obviously hadn't he was untried in the Premier League. Branthwaite sort of just come in and playing regular in the Premier League. So, but like you say, if he was to go to somebody like a Man United or a Man City, then he commands 100 grand a week plus. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
I mean,
yeah,
the likes of City, I mean, we're talking hypothetically here, aren't we? How old's John Stones now? Because, I mean, basically, we thought we got a good deal on him. We sold him for 50, didn't he? And
well, we
he's
did
been
at the
awesome.
time. We did
Yeah,
it. We did get a good deal for him at the
yeah,
time,
yeah.
but he was likened to Rio Ferdinand, where he was like really comfortable on the ball, and he could run with the ball into midfield and create that extra midfield position. Um, don't I'm not sure whether that Branthwaite's got that in his locker yet, but he's also quite comfortable on the ball, and for the big massive fella, he's quick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and I think he's probably quick, if not quicker, than John Stones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
So he's happy. I know for a fact he's happy at Everton, and he's on £140,000 a month. So he's a millionaire. And if I was Jarrad Branthwaite looking at it, I'd go, do you know what? I signed a 5-year contract. I love playing with Taki. He's staying around. I like the lads. I like the setup. Got a new stadium. I'm going to give it another 12 months. It's the agents that get into them and
yeah,
go, listen, because we all know what agents get. on as in a brown envelope, don't we? And that's where it's all generated from. I think it was down to a lot of the players to go, yeah, I kind of like it here, so I'm going to stick around for a bit longer. I know we're not going to win, not, but I just like the setup.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, players feel comfortable at certain clubs, and they don't always become the same player when you move on to a different club. And that's quite evident a lot of the time with a lot of players, in it. You know what I mean? You look at like Fernando Torres, for instance, when he left the Red Shite, went to Chelsea, just weren't as prolific as what he was. Where was he?
Fell
You know
off,
what I mean?
fell off the cliff without a parachute. So the likes of, say, if Branthwaite went up the road to Man City tomorrow, yeah, on £150,000 a week, and we got some ridiculous amount of money, would he play every week?
Branthwaite
Yeah,
at Man City,
yeah.
tough one that.
I don't think
Proper
he would.
tough.
I
No,
genuinely don't think he would. So all I'm saying is, mate, you go and you'll probably get a couple of medals like next season, but you might have played 6 or 7 or 8 games in a season. And why would you? This is what I'm saying. I know we're not going to win that, but why would you want to become a bench warmer when you just got to look at his face and he's clearly enjoying playing? All right, he's probably wasn't enjoying getting stuffed 6-0 and all the crap that's been going on behind the scenes, but you can see him, the smiles with Tahi and the communication and whatever. He's kind of loving what he's doing at the Blues. And to
yeah,
go to Man City, all right, yeah, you become even much more of a millionaire. But you're sitting on the bench, aren't you, for the next month?
yeah. And
That'd
he
piss
wants
me
to be
off, that.
playing. He wants
Yeah,
to be playing because he's on at the moment. He's on the cusp of going the Euros. You know what I mean? So if he stays at Everton and keeps performing the way he does and the way he has been, then there's nothing to say that if he doesn't get the Euros this time around. Personally, myself, I think he's a shoe in to go the Euros if it was up to me.
I would
But
agree. But he's so stuck in the mud, Mr. Southgate. I could see him just bench warming.
yeah, but because he likes his trusted players, doesn't he? That's the
And
ones
who's that? Who's his trusted players at the back?
Maguire, isn't it? Maguire
Maguire and
and
Stones.
Stones. Yeah,
Maguire and Stones.
and you can agree with Stones,
Yeah,
and Maguire's never really let England down when he's played for England. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I might be biased Evertonian. Think Branthwaite's head and shoulders above Harry Maguire.
easy. What were your thoughts on Branthwaite not being included in the young player of the season?
Well, that kind of shocked me because as much as that Kobe Mainoo's had a decent season for Man United, I agree with most of the players that are in there. Um, you know, Foden and stuff like that, and Haaland. But for him not to even be mentioned in dispatches for it, I thought surely Branthwaite being in a struggling team and still be the fourth best defense in the league. He's got to have been in there. But I watched something today on beIN Sports. It was on Facebook. People have probably seen it out there. Richard Keys questioning why Jurgen Klopp is named in the Manager of the Year nominations, and you had Jason McAteer trying to defend the things that Jurgen's done, and he's rebuilt a squad, and he's finished third, and he won the League Cup, and Andy Gray went, yeah, that's all he's won, and Richard Keys turned around and said, well, before the season started, we all, every one of us, the three of them that was sitting there, predicted where Liverpool would finish, and they all predicted third, right? So Richard Keys said to McAteer, well, he's basically achieved what we expected him to achieve. He hasn't. And then McAteer goes, would you think Liverpool have overachieved this season? And Andy Gray went, no, by no stretch of the imagination have they overachieved. And you just think, like, take your fucking red tinted glasses off and realise that Jurgen Klopp should not be in manager of the year nominations. Like the likes of, like, I think it was that guy who's at Bournemouth who's been nominated, and he said, it's good to see that the managers that it's in a team that's not in the top 4 teams or 6 teams to be nominated for the manager of the year. He said, but also Gary O'Neill at Wolves has done a good job. Sean Dyche at Everton's done a good job. Now, I'm not saying Sean Dyche should be in the nominations, but it's nice to see that they've looked outside of the usual managers. Like I say, what Virgil van Dijk's in, like player of the year. Like, what's he done to deserve that?
Mate, the press, so they're all Reds, whether it be up the road at the M62 or across the park, and that's just the way it is. Over 3 decades, I've been on the same plane as them. I've seen them all arse licking. I should use a better terminology, but I can't take it one off the cuff. Around the players, around the manager, I've seen it within 3, 4, 5 feet of me. When I be behind the scenes at the stadiums or whatever, it's absolute. It's sad to see. It really is, mate. So I'm not shocked that they all wanted a massive party for the end of the manager across the park, and it's fell flat on its face, but they still want the nomination for the manager of the year. And at the end of the day, it's like it's actually embarrassing. But then I see the Premier League as completely embarrassing. I don't see it like the way you and I used to see football, where it was a level playing field. Now it's, if you're shite, you still get nominated because you're in the little club. You're in the little clique, with your FSG and you take masters out for lunch and stuff like that. It's a cartel.
But
we're never going to get invited.
No, it's just one of them. It's like I say, for as much as some people like Sean Dyche, it's a bit like Marmite. 1 minute you like him, the next minute you don't. But for him to achieve what he's done with that squad and finishing in the place where we should have been, he's progressed the team.
Yes, yeah.
No, there's no shadow of a doubt
Fair play.
that he's progressed the team.
He'll have had, Wes, like you and I and all our beautiful people out there, mate, he'll have had a lot of sleepless nights, just like us, because he gets the club, doesn't he? And he knows more stuff than we do going on behind the scenes. Anyone else, mate? He's a millionaire, mate. So he doesn't need to work. He'd be comfortable now, living where he lives, with his car he's got, going all day when he wants, whatever. So he's clearly a doer, and he's clearly someone who's gone, nah, you're not going to roller coaster me. So I'd say fair play to him. Anyone who wanted to get shut X amount of games before the end of the season, and you're just thinking, who are we going to get? Because we wouldn't have got anyone. We wouldn't have been. We didn't have the money to pay the wages. So all I'm saying is fair play. The future's the future. We're not quite sure where it's going, but credit where credit's due.
A mate of mine's watching there on their YouTube, Robbie. Big 5'9" of hunky man love, Tony Smith.
Oh, hi, Tony.
Big shout out to a massive 5'9" he is.
Hi, too. Just on that comment before, mate, Steve G. I didn't mention it, but it was just he was talking about I think Real Madrid, because I know they're I don't know where they get the money from, but they can go out and spend stupid money and give stupid wages, can't they? I mean, I even heard a rumour this morning that Carlo Ancelotti would fancy coming back for like a little cameo. It's like, oh, you're having a laugh, aren't you?
Like,
what are you doing?
It's certainly like it certainly doesn't surprise me that Real Madrid would be looking at him. Certainly,
Yeah, I
certainly
know
not.
Nana. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know who Nana would replace out of.
No, but I also like I'm not sure about Barca because they have financial difficulties as well, haven't they? So that's well documented. So I don't know whether they'd have the money to sort of to pay for them. I don't know. I know they sold off all their media rights and stuff like that, didn't they, Barca? So
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about? The price for Onana? What
I'd
you
say
thinking?
we'd have to be doubling as what we pay for them. I think
32 we bought him for, did we?
something like that, 30, 32, something like that. But
I think so.
I don't think we've actually paid what we owe off that. So obviously, whatever we get from, we need to clear that.
And isn't there a 20% sell-on clause as well?
I'm not sure about that, mate.
And
But
yeah.
we also haven't paid any money for Beto yet either. So maybe he's one that's going to be sort of sacrificed to cover Branthwaite staying. You don't know, do you?
But move better one before we've even paid for Mr. KFC.
Yeah, and then you obviously got Dele Alli, who he's being paid £5 million this year for doing absolutely nothing.
And 5 million last year.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Wow. Absolute wow. We're going to have a few players leaving, mate, aren't we? And Kevin Tellwell has actually said, so I think he's already prepared us for it. We'll be looking in the charity shop for the ones coming in.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I think that Smodic, is it at Blackburn? He's been linked with us. Is it Sammy
What position is he?
Smodic?
What
He's a
position is he?
striker.
Okay.
He's a striker. He's been bagging them in for fun
Well,
for Blackburn.
why are
Like
we looking at him when we've got Neil Mopay to come back and do the business for us?
he doesn't want to come back. The problem you've got there is that nobody really knows if Brentford want to buy him, and he doesn't want to come back. So either they put him on the transfer list and sell him and try and get as much money as they can from him. I mean, what kind of fee would you say?
What would you get for him? What would you get for him, mate?
That's what I was about to ask you. But
what did we pay for him? 20. We paid 20, didn't we?
Was it? I thought it was less than that. I thought it was about 17. I don't know. Anybody out there who knows how much we played for Mopay?
Sure, yeah. It was round about what you've said and what I've said, and I'm sure it was a case. So what you do, take a hit and like let him go for like 10 or 12 million, and we take the hit again.
We're gonna have to, because this is what Everton does, though, isn't it? This is why we're so far in the fucking shit, Rob, because we keep buying players for big money. I know whatever we paid for Mopay, whether that be, see, the Blues are saying 12 or 15. I thought it was around about 17. Peter Duggan's saying 15. So 15.
Okay, Peter.
If we get like 8 or 10,
the Blues.
If we get 8 or 10 back, we can sort of say, all right, that's not too bad of a loss. But yeah, the reason that we're in the ship big time is because we were letting players go on free transfers, and getting the wages off the bill. But at the same time, you've already shelled out all that money on wages and a transfer fee in the first place. The likes of Nias and Schneidlin and all that, and obviously what happened with Gylfi Sigurdsson and stuff like that. But you can't run a business on by giving your product away all the time, can you? You know what I mean? Even charity shops charge for their stuff.
We've run a business with a bunch of buffoons at the top and at the bottom and in the middle who just literally, I don't know if they were blasé or thought they were invisible and they walked on water, but oh my God, it's like we are we have been a complete embarrassment. Sometimes when I'd go away to where little trips, and obviously football comes up all the time when people hear your accent. I don't know how they know. I don't know how they know I'm from Liverpool, because I don't think I've got a Scouse accent myself. But there you go.
No,
And it
not at
comes up,
all.
and they go. It always comes up, doesn't it? You're a blue or a red.
Yeah,
And I go,
I get it
mate,
all the time.
I'm from the city, so you should know who I support. And then that becomes a bit of a funny one. Have a bevy at the bar, and then you're talking about it, and they go, I like Everton. I like the fact that your history and all about you. He said, a lot of it, they go, don't like seeing what's happening to you. So
Yeah.
we've had genuinely, mate, we've had a lot of sympathy from a lot of people. I know when you go to the stadium and you hear there's some of the stuff that some of the other fans come out with, but I just think they're like a load of sheep, where they're just coming out with a load of crap.
Yeah, it's
Sign
like you say,
on, and
yeah,
feed the Scousers and all that crap. It's get them away from that gang mentality, and we are. I say we're a sleeping giant, and we just want to see us, Wes, don't we, in our lifetime, back to where we used to be. I'm not quite sure if that's going to happen, mate, but
I'd just love to see us win something, Rob, before I go. You know what I mean? Not before I leave the stream. You know what I mean? Before I leave this planet.
Yeah, because do
Well,
you know what? If somebody would have said to me in 1995, Robert, you've got an opportunity to go to Wembley. Take that opportunity, son, because you're never going to win nothing else for the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Then I might have gone, do you know what? I need to go. Because, mate, I had a ticket. I had an after party with the team, win or lose. But I had to take one for the team, because the one who wanted to take me didn't have a boyfriend. And when she said, I've got a ticket, I'm going, oh, mate, I've got a ticket. But I didn't realise I was going to have to do certain other things for me tickets. So I swerved
favours.
it. And, mate, I never went. And this is like, it's dead gen. It was 95. But if someone would have said to me, listen, you're never going to win. You're never going to win nothing for the next X amount in your lifetime.
30
I
years next
laugh.
year.
I laugh and I go, wonder if I should have gone.
30 bloody years next year, Rob.
Yeah, the party, everything on a
Eugene,
coach. Oh,
Eugene just saying there, the Everton game against Arsenal's on TNT Sports this weekend, so we're not expecting nothing off that, are we, mate? Let's be honest.
I mean, even if Arsenal beat us 24-0, they're going to come second.
Yeah.
So they're going to get nil points, just like us. We finish in 16th, 17th, aren't we? Because Brentford might win at the weekend, we might get some, but they're going to win nothing, just like us. So all the huff and puff is pointless, because the other team down the road in pale blue,
They've got West Ham, haven't they?
they're
West Ham, they're on the beach. They've just been absolutely hammered the last 2 or 3 games.
awesome, aren't they? They are actually,
Yeah. But you know what I found quite sad last night was the fact that the Spurs fans were cheering, or some Spurs fans were cheering the fact that Man City beat them. Now, I remember a few years back when we played Man City and Liverpool were in the chance of winning the league.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find any Evertonians that I spoke to. And I'm not saying that there wasn't any out there, Rob, right? But I couldn't find any Evertonians that I spoke to that didn't want us to win that game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like regardless of the consequences, I always want Everton to win. And that's the way it should be. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be, we'll take a defeat. Because let's not forget, right? They were also fighting for Champions League space.
Two wins could have potentially got them the Champions League space, the 4th place over Aston Villa.
Yeah, and some of the fans are made up because they were getting beat by City, and you're like, some of them were doing that Poznan by all accounts.
Yeah, that's how much they hate Arsenal, isn't it? But again, mate, it's the pack mentality, isn't it? It's that kind of negativity that is associated with football and, say, not rugby, where you don't shake hands after the game. You want to harm someone. That's kind of like the difference. Very sad.
So Mr. Blue Sky is asking if we've got a stone on the Everton Way. No, but I know Mabsy's got one, and the Follow Everton, they've got one, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't know if Ryan's bought one personally. I mean, I got a message through today off Everton. I got my full title, Robert. Oh my God. No, it was only my mum that used to call me Robert. And I looked at it and I thought, to be honest with you, I hadn't thought about it before, but and I have had a little think about it today while I've been doing my gardening, thinking, I wonder if it's worth doing. I'm not quite sure.
How much are they flogging them off for?
I think there's one for 69 quid, which is kind
Is that
of
a pebble?
I think that's like just two rows of writing, and then you can go to 99 quid where there's a bit of a crest and whatever. There's a couple of little examples of what you can get. It's probably a good idea, actually. I just hadn't thought about it. I mean, maybe we could get one, Wes, with hinging brackets on.
We could
what do you think?
We could do. Can you get your face put on there?
You're talking more of headstones now, aren't you?
By the time we win something, we'll be headstones.
Yeah, we've gone from a brick to headstones. Just what are we like? What are we like? Yeah, there's one for you. DCL in his last year of in his contract. Would you sell him?
No. Do you know why? Because I'd offer them another 3-year contract and then flog him next year. You get more money for him if he decides to put his shooting boots on, his goal scoring boots.
Okay, he scored 5 in 5, hasn't he? Would you take him to the Euros?
No, definitely not.
Is he better than Ivan Toney?
No, not at all.
Mate, Ivan Toney has not done it since he had a bet.
No.
Since he's come
Maybe
back,
that's why
he's got his head turned. He's definitely moving, but if you're talking about 100 million for him, I'm going, nah, most of his goals are penalties anyway. Absolutely well overrated.
Yeah, but you've also got to remember is that Calvert-Lewin scored what 8 goals all season or something, 9 goals all season. You know what I mean? So nah. He went 23 games we don't have a goal or something.
We don't have a script, mate, do we? I just thought, do you know what? I'll just ask me mate and anyone else.
I don't think he's definitely not better than Ollie Watkins. And Ollie Watkins hasn't been great for England either.
There you go. I wasn't saying he was, by the way. Just sometimes we just throw things in there, don't we? Just for a little debate. So the Blues, I'll say, if you think Tony's better than DCL, mate, that's fine by me.
The thing is with Tony, and I keep harping on about this, right? Is that DCL is not horrible enough. He's not a nuisance to defenders. Like the last game he was. You know what I mean? He was amazing at dragging defenders out of place and out of position and getting involved. But it's not good enough by doing it 2 or 3 games a season. You want them to do that all the time. Whereas Ivan Toney is a constant bugbear for defenders.
There you go. Mate, I think we should take DCL out because I reckon me and you could teach him how to be nasty.
Right, mate.
Couple of hours having some real ale, you and I. Tell you what, he'd go away going, fucking hell, I don't want to go there them two again.
I'll be happy to do that, Rob, as long as he doesn't bring any handbags with him.
So buying a brick, I'll have to have a little think about that one. Is it in your thoughts that on Everton Way, or would you not consider that one, Wes?
You know what? It's like I haven't got anybody that is Evertonian, like kids wise, you know what I mean? So it'd be like, who is he? And plus the fact they don't even go to the game, Rob. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if we had Hinge in brackets, I'm sure everyone's going to know who we are.
Yeah,
Hinge in bracket
true.
with follow Everton in brackets after that, mate. We've made it,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Are we going halfies, Rob?
Yeah, two old fellas sitting at home with footy kits
That
on.
Everton shirts on.
In fact, that's what we could have as our little motive. Two old fellas sitting at home with Everton kits on.
Yeah. So there's one there. Mark Foster there saying he wants to see Chimiti starting on Sunday, and I wouldn't be adverse to that because I thought when he come on, he had his chances and stuff like that, and he was willing to make them runs. I personally think like
Got potential.
this last game now was like put the kids on. Like I know Lewis Warrington got a little goal the other week, but give him a start.
Mate, here's one for you. Play the kids on Sunday and get Doc 9 points.
Getting up, yeah. But would you though? Would you like give all the kids that have been warm on the bench all season a little run out?
Yeah.
Give them some first team action.
Yeah, would you?
Nothing to lose, is there?
No, not at all.
Like, all right, there might be, Brentford going above us. I don't even know who Brentford have got the weekend, but we're probably going to get beat anyway.
Yeah.
So
who Brentford got at the weekend? Those you beautiful people out there, because I think that's the difference between another 3.1 million in the back pockets of Mr. Mashiri or not, because that's where we could finish or not finish, isn't it? So I think we're 15th now, but we can finish 16th. Is that right, mate?
Yeah, if Brentford go above us, we'll drop down. So yeah, Big Duncan's in the playoff.
Yeah.
Tonight, isn't he?
Is
that the return leg, is it?
How does that
It's
work?
weird.
I can't get my head around the fact that they're down the bottom, but they're playing someone at the top. Hamilton are kind of like at the top. Are they at the top? Are Hamilton at the top of the next league down, looking to come up?
I really don't know how it works.
If anyone knows how it works up in Scotland on the, because I know they've already had a playoff game and they won 1-0 over 2 legs, but I don't know why there's a second playoff one. If anyone can explain that to us,
Brentford have got Newcastle.
Be grateful. Okay. Newcastle, I don't think they can get Europa now, can they?
No, I think they are in the Europa place at the minute.
Oh, are they?
I think they're 5th or 6th. No, the 6th they are. So they go into the Europa Conference League, won't they?
Oh, okay. So, but can they lose if they get beat? Can they lose that place?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Rob. But
only because we don't look at the other teams, do we, in the points and whatever? So it's kind of
got no interest in them. But here's one. Have you heard these rumours going round about Anthony Gordon going to a certain neighbour of ours?
Yeah,
100 million.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if Liverpool's pay 100 million for him, they need absolutely fucking looking at. You know what I mean? Because although he's done well since he left Everton at Newcastle, let's be honest, in a better team, right? He still flatters to deceive for me.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I mean, if they could pull that off, if they could pull that bit of business off, then I mean, fair play to them, because that is, for me, it's like it's a highwayman situation where it's like, give us all your crown jewels.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I'm sure, to be honest, I'm sure Newcastle would rather sell him for 100 million than sell the likes of Gimenez and Isaac. Either of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The Blues are saying Gordon would be their player of the season. Yeah, I don't doubt that, but he's not worth 100 million. That's all we're saying. And if he is worth 100 million, then again, it's even more of a. And I know he plays in a different position, but it's even more of an insult for Jarrad Branthwaite to be associated with a £55 million bid. That's all I'm going to say.
Do you think that? If do you think that when Everton sold Anthony Gordon to Newcastle, they're being clever enough to have a sell-on clause in there? Because knowing Everton, he probably fucking never, Rob.
No, I'd like to think so, but I'd like to think that they have. But
most contracts do now, don't they?
Yeah. And you know, I mean? Let's face it, it's only a 12-month. It only happened 12 months ago. So if it isn't in there, then there's only one person to blame for that bit of business, and that's Kevin Thelwell, not Mashiri, because Mashiri wouldn't have done that business. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
No. So Mark's saying,
go on.
The Onana playing a centre half for Belgium. If we sold Branthwaite, if Onana could stay and play next to Tarks, I would have serious questions over that, because we all know how Onana likes to fucking stretch his go gadget legs around and make tackles and stuff like that. And when he's doing that in the box, that's fucking highly dangerous. You know what I mean? But
good point, though, Mark. Yeah, I mean,
it is a good point, but personally, I don't think that.
Just for that reason
alone. No, just for that reason alone, with his go gadget legs, I just think that he'd give more penalties away than nobody's business.
Yeah. I think the beauty of this, the program, is that our lovely people out there send a comment in and we have a little chat about them, whatever. But it's one for what you think, but I'm not thinking. I mean, Mark, what do you think on that one? Do you think it's a goer or not? Because over there with Wes and I, we're going, I think I'd be a bit reluctant there. I think he bites too much. I don't think he's as cool as I don't know. Maybe Taki could tame him.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible.
He's when he's in midfield making them tackles, right? It's great. Like he's brilliant at it, right? But he misses the odd one and or two, and he gives a foul away. So you don't want him doing that in your box, do you? Let's be honest.
No.
So I'd rather him be making fouls in midfield than fouls in the box.
Yeah, because we all know what's going to happen there, Wesley, don't we?
We certainly do. The Robs there.
Chelsea have got Bournemouth at home and could overtake Newcastle. So Newcastle are going to be going for it, aren't they? So we might get that 16th place even if we got beat. So long as our goal difference, mind you, it wouldn't make any difference, would it? Because if Brentford didn't win and we didn't win, then we'd stay as it is.
So you've still got all these Luton fans kicking off over the fact that we used to allegedly cheated and stuff. Yeah, us and Forest. Just let's get that straight. Us and Forest still crying over spilt milk. But the simple fact of the matter is, they didn't win enough games over the course of 38 games.
You're shite.
To warrant staying in the league.
Yeah.
So
I've always liked the Luton kit, but that's about it. You ain't good enough. And as for the cheating, I don't see Everton and not Forest as cheating, to be perfectly honest with you.
Forest did.
Look a little bit further up the table.
Forest did. Forest clearly gained a sporting advantage by buying fucking 50 million players.
Yeah.
And they could end up in it next season as well, because they carried on spending. I mean, mate, they'll have more of a.
If we go into the points again, look at how many points they got deducted. So it just shows you that if your face fits, then you get dealt with in a little bit differently. So, I mean, that ship sailed for me now. Luton, unfortunately, you weren't good enough, and that's why you're going down.
So I was also reading on Twitter today who's that guy who had a attack, Tom Lockyer.
Oh yeah,
he was on Twitter going on about Everton, this, that, and the other, and people responding. in regards to, because he mentioned that everybody all season have been slagging off Luton, and then all of a sudden teams wanted to buy the players. Right now, you look at some of the players that they've got in their team, and some of them are all right. That Chong's decent. Obviously, Ross Barkley's decent. That Doughty's decent. Even that Morrison can do a job for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a centre forward who likes to get himself stuck in there. But the rest of them, the rest of them are not brilliant. Mengi's another one, but he was going on about teams now wanting some of their players, but that's only because they're good individual players, not good as a team, obviously, because they're going down again. But people were saying about Ross Barkley, would take Ross Barkley off your hands and this, that, and the other. And he said, well, you're not getting him for nothing because he's still under contract. Now, somebody then replied with, he signed a 1-year contract with an option of another year. So if he doesn't take up that option, then surely, or unless the club have got the option to extend it themselves, I don't know, maybe it's a mutual thing.
Yeah, you'd like to think. I mean, let's face it, mate, if that was you wouldn't want the club having complete control over you, would you? And
Not really, no.
Your agent wouldn't allow that. So that's one where you go, nah, do you know what? I'll
Not
swerve
not
you.
at his age either.
Thanks
Not at
very
his
much.
age, at 30 years of age. Definitely not at his age.
Yeah, I'll swerve that one. Thanks very much. So,
but there's rumours that he's instructed his agent to do what he can to get him back to Everton. So
yeah, it's mate. This is one we're going to be talking about in a few weeks' time because, I mean, I know it's the end of the season on Sunday, but we will be doing some. Whether we do it every week, I'm not sure. But depending on what happens, we will do a midweek blues, won't we? Say once every fortnight or whatever, because we don't want to bore the ass off people out there.
But we know you miss us. They've all been moaning about you not being on, Rob. Where's Robbie? Is he being sacked? Robbie was never sacked. Robbie's unsackable. It's like Everton being unrelegatable.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Come on. You all know I've got another side. You just haven't seen it yet.
So Mr. Blue Sky's there saying, would you want Allison back next year? And I agree with him. I'd take him back on another year's loan. But he has to do a lot more next season.
Yeah,
a lot more.
I think there's definitely a player in there. My son-in-law is a Man City fan, and he said he was awesome when he was playing at City. They all loved him. They said he's absolutely fantastic. I don't think we've seen the best of Jack Harrison yet, and I would definitely have him back as a squad player. I think he's a nice boy. He comes across as. I think he comes across well. I think he's a potential Everton player. I do.
I think
Not 20 million.
I think he kind of burns his bridges with Leeds anyway.
He won't play for Leeds now.
No, I think he's like, if they don't go up this season through the playoffs,
do you want them up?
Then not really.
Why is that?
Not really. I just think they're another club that's like, I don't know. It's they're a yo-yo club, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Who would you see? Who would you like up out of those 4 teams in the third place?
Norwich, West Brom, Southampton, and Leeds. You know what? West Brom. They've been down there for a couple of years now, so have them back up in the league.
Yeah,
and I think that that their manager has worked wonders because he hasn't signed anybody.
Yeah,
and he's got them in the playoffs and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd like to see West Brom up there, but like the others are just yo-yo clubs, aren't they? Southampton, another one, they'll come into the league and they'll struggle, and Leicester coming into the league, like people expect them to do better things when they come up, and they probably will.
How many minus points do you think they'll come in with? Is it going to be? Has that been decided yet?
No, because I mean they've threatened all kinds, haven't they? They've threatened to take the Premier League to court and all this, that, and the other, and so the fact that they haven't cooperated, they didn't hand the books in, so that's why they're in the shit as it is, because he never handed the books in when they were asked for them.
What's all that about?
And you're like,
that's being defiant, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day, if you've got nothing to hide, well, to be honest with you, not even if you've got nothing to hide, if you're the business, you've got to hand your books in. End of. That they're the rules. HMRC go, listen, books in through your accountants at a certain time. So if you haven't done it, don't want to do it, can't do it, then something's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
So Chelsea's 1-0 up against Brighton. They've all of a sudden just kicked into gear, haven't they, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Like that Cole Palmer's something special, you know.
And Brighton have gone the other way, haven't they? Because they're only just above Everton. Everton would have been above Brighton if we hadn't had the points deducted.
But they've that Matoma has been injured, has he?
Yeah.
Good player, him.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like that's how you run a football club, the way Brighton do it, innit?
Yeah.
Brighton and Brentford and them teams. That's how you run a football club. You buy in like players like that, and it doesn't always work out, Rob. We know that, but you have the right structure in the club itself to begin with, and then you build a team buying like that, which is how we was doing it when we was buying in the Artetas and the Pinars and the Kales and the Baines and the Lescotts, and we were selling them up for big money. Do you know what I mean? And then Machiri come in and it just went to pot, didn't it?
It went to pot because we didn't know that he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what'd be good as well, though, Rob. If Norwich
to get him on the show,
yeah, get him anywhere. But if Norwich come up and obviously Ipswich are up, you'd have the Old Farm derby, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
And they're like blood and thunder, them, mate.
Yeah, defo. Friends, I think I'm just looking at the clock on the top. We've talked shite for nearly 1 hour, 8 minutes.
Great, we're great at that.
I instructed the Guinness Book of Records to put us up for a nomination for talking
absolute
through our asses for the longest amount of time than anyone else.
Yeah.
Friends, I'm going to go and have my shower. I need to get my uniform ready for tomorrow because I'm guesting with the NHS, and I know that you're up early as well. So we'll love and leave everyone, shall we, friends?
Yeah, have a great rest of the week. And we'll see you on Sunday for the pre-match.
3 o'clock Sunday because it's 4 o'clock kickoff. Is that right?
That's it. Correct.
Lovely. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Have a nice couple of days. Love you all. We'll see you soon.
Adios.
Bye-bye.